Hey everyone, me Kevin here. In case you're wondering what happened with Jerome Powell in front of Congress and his testimony today, the answer is, well, in this video. So here's the thing. Jerome Powell reminded us that a significant portion or all inflation that we are seeing now is due to temporary base effects and supply bottlenecks. He mentioned a significant portion to all of it. Now, he declined to give us a specific percentage. He says that he, quote, has a level of confidence in the prediction that that inflation is transitory, but he did not give us an amount. He also mentioned that the jobs are likely to lag, as when people change jobs, they have to learn new skills or present themselves and sell their skills in different ways, and this makes it difficult for them to quickly get new jobs. He sees this potential matchup issue to getting a job, or like the way I like to depict it is, you've got a bunch of neatly placed marbles on a marble set, and some child or whatever comes in, throws them all up into the sky, and then they all have to get resorted, right? Jerome Powell sees the reassignment of people, the reassignment of the marbles, so to speak, as being or running against the speed limiter, matchup issues because of differences in skills, in education. But he does also say that beyond the speed limit issue, we do have the issue that people aren't potentially getting jobs right now, as some of them are potentially still afraid of COVID, especially communities that are less likely to get vaccinated, like African Americans or Hispanics, who also disproportionately work in the service industry, or which was obviously one of the most hard hit, or actually probably the most hard-hit sector during the economy. We also know that schools are still closed, which is keeping folks home, taking care of their children, and that unemployment benefits might also be weighing on folks' interest in going back to work. Now, Jerome Powell does tell us that, hey, this was a pretty funny moment during the actual testimony. Jerome Powell gets asked, hey, well, wait a minute, Jerome Powell. So you're saying it's good if we get rid of the unemployment boost, or that the unemployment boost expires, because that means people might be motivated to go back to work. And then the questioner, a congressperson, questions and says, so doesn't that mean that it would be bad if Democrats extend the unemployment boost? And as soon as he said that, he's kind of just like, he went super quiet, like not touching that. But it was interesting. The big bottom line takeaway, short of sort of trying to reenact what happened there, the big bottom line was Jerome Powell said, hey, look, I expect people to go back to work in September. So he almost got caught in a corner, walked himself out by saying, I expect people to go back to work in September. That's all he said. He also mentions that rising income inequality hurts productivity, and hurting productivity is obviously a bad thing, that we want to make our society more productive. Touched a little bit on, yes, infrastructure spending is generally deemed to be good for productivity, but the level of our spending right now is unsustainable. He reiterated, and he said this before, so it's not news. He said, quote, we are on an unsustainable path, and he's referring to the debt in the United States, that we have no issues paying our debts now because interest rates are low. We probably won't have issues paying our debt in the future, even if interest rates go up. He does not expect the United States at any point to ever have difficulties paying its bills, but he does say that we are spending too much money right now to where we are on an unsustainable path. So he really gave nuggets to both Democrats and Republicans in their negotiations. When he was asked, can we get to 1970s style inflation? He says, quote, very, very unlikely. He also mentions and made this very clear that the business of taxing is not the business of the Fed, and multiple times throughout his testimony, he made it very clear that certain things were, quote, not my job. And that is a summary of what Jerome Powell had to say during it.